A man doesn't remember a woman just by the words she speaks. He remembers her by the feelings he could not shake off long after she left the room. Let that idea settle deep inside your heart for a little while. Because somewhere along the path of life, many of us heard a big, false story that shaped how we act with men. That false story says to attract him and hold his interest, you must perform loudly, look more attractive, act extra sweet, and chase after his attention. You feel like you have to prove your value and convince him every single step. But what if the real secret is different from all that pressure? The women who stay in his mind the longest do not chase anything at all. They move with a calm and steady presence that feels natural and strong at the same time. Before we continue further, if you have ever felt like you were doing everything correctly, yet still did not receive the same energy back, this next section might completely shift how you understand the whole situation. Imagine you are standing right in the center of a busy street filled with noise. Cars are honking loudly, people are shouting, and everyone rushes around trying hard to be seen by others. In the middle of all that chaos, you close your eyes, breathe slowly, and light a small match. In a world full of constant movement, your quiet confidence is what truly stands out. Real attraction does not come from trying to be the loudest person in the room. It grows from calm energy, quiet presence, and the way you carry yourself without forcing attention. The most memorable people are often the ones who are comfortable letting silence speak for them. Carl Jung once explained that the unconscious mind speaks through symbols and feelings, not ordinary words. You were never meant to become just another message in his phone, but a feeling he cannot easily explain or forget. You do not need to become someone else to be unforgettable. You only need to stop hiding the part of yourself that already holds that quiet power. If you want to learn the 3 forbidden phrases that make men chase you, hit like right now. Men do not fail deeply in love because of quick replies or perfect words. They remember the feeling, the presence, and the moments that stay with them long after they end. Stop trying so hard to impress him, and instead leave behind a warmth he cannot easily forget. This has never been about being liked by everyone. It is about being remembered in a way that truly lasts. This is not about changing your clothes, your hairstyle, or even your laugh. It is about speaking with quiet warmth, using words that create lasting emotional memories. When you master calm presence, timing, and genuine communication, you stop chasing attention. Instead, you naturally draw people in through honesty and emotional strength, not manipulation or games. The 3 ideas ahead are not meant to trap anyone or force feelings. They are about creating a connection that feels real and unforgettable. What most people never talk about is this. A man may forget your exact words, your outfit, or the music that was playing, but he will remember how you made him feel. That feeling is what stays with him long after the moment has passed. You are not competing with the most beautiful woman in the room. You become unforgettable by leaving behind an emotional feeling that lasts longer than appearance ever could. Like a quiet song that stays in your mind for hours, real connection does not demand attention. It settles gently into the heart and remains. Most women try hard to become the loudest song everyone notices immediately. The one that is fast, packed with catchy parts, flashy pictures, more messages, and longer conversations with prettier photos. But louder does not always create deeper bonds. And loud things often get forgotten quickly after the excitement fades away. That is why so many women keep giving their time and energy, yet feel confused afterward, wondering why it was not enough in the end. It happens because you were speaking mostly with logic and facts, but he was experiencing emotions on a different level. And emotions do not answer well to proofs or explanations alone. They respond best to genuine presence and calm strength. Jung said once more that the unconscious mind speaks through emotions and clear images we remember. So when you speak from a place of nervousness, he does not truly hear your words clearly. He feels the tension underneath them instead. Comment forbidden if you're ready to stop chasing and start being chased. When you speak from a place of inner trust, he feels calm and steady around you. When you speak from a place of need, he senses pressure building up. But when you speak from calm presence, he feels safe, interested, and naturally drawn closer without force. You ever meet someone and walk away thinking, you cannot quite explain it, but there was just something special about their company? That special quality was not only about their appearance or clever jokes, it was about their emotional energy and how it felt. So ask yourself honestly right now, are your words filled with pressure or with calm confidence? Are you trying to connect deeply or trying to convince him of your value? Are you feeling full and open, or are you secretly waiting to be picked and chosen by him? Because men do not remember the women who beg to be understood completely. They remember the women who do not explain every single detail, but allow the quiet space between words to speak powerfully on its own. They remember the ones who let comfortable silence feel strong and meaningful, the ones who let a bit of mystery do some of the talking naturally. Denzel Washington once said that ease can sometimes be a bigger challenge to progress than hard times. So let us turn that idea around for attraction and connection. In building real bonds, noise can become a bigger threat to closeness than peaceful silence ever could. Fireworks might grab your eyes for a short moment, but real, steady fire keeps giving warmth long after you step away from it. So from this point forward, stop trying so hard to be heard by everyone around you. Start allowing yourself to be truly felt on a deeper level. Do not fill every silence with extra words right away. Hold that quiet space gently instead. Do not push your value forward forcefully. Simply embody it with calm confidence every day. Type dangerous if you want the full script on how to become unforgettable to him. Do not explain your worth in long details. Stand firmly in it and let it shine through your actions. If you are wondering what exact words you could use to leave that lasting mark, listen carefully now. This is not about impressing him with fancy talk. It is about stirring something deeper inside his heart and mind. Here is one powerful phrase that does not flatter too much, but frames things beautifully. It does not beg, but plants a strong seed instead. And when you say it with the right tone at the right moment, it stays with him long after the words have faded. You and me, that could be dangerous. It is not a pickup line or a plea for attention. It is a playful suggestion, offering a glimpse of something exciting just beyond the ordinary. Its power comes from saying it with ease, never from need or desperation. Type yes if you want me to reveal the exact timing for saying, you and me, that could be dangerous. Say it naturally while talking about something ordinary, then let the silence do the work. Smile, pause, and resist the urge to explain yourself. That quiet space is where the words begin to echo in his mind. Men are rarely drawn to loud declarations. They remember the woman who hints at something meaningful, then steps back with quiet confidence. Another powerful line is, you have a way of distracting me, and you don't even realize it. It is gentle, curious, and leaves room for his imagination. Instead of saying you like him, You simply reveal that he has affected you without explaining everything. That quiet mystery makes him replay your moments together, because what is left unsaid often lingers far longer than any direct compliment. It feels like a foggy mirror after a warm shower. He can almost see the full picture, but not completely. And that mystery makes him lean in closer with interest. That makes him curious to know more. That is what pulls him back again. Because the moment he begins wondering about you, you are already living comfortably inside his thoughts. Clear explanations are nice sometimes, but mystery feels truly unforgettable in the end. So do not become the full explanation for everything. Become the gentle spark instead. Become the mirror that reflects nicely. Become the scene he replays quietly in his head during quiet times. The silence he remembers even more clearly than all the noise around it. From knowing your presence already touched him, and you are simply allowing him to feel that warmth. Say it softly, with a small smile after a moment of shared laughter, like it slipped out naturally without force. Then, let the silence take over gently. Do not explain it further. Do not wait around for an immediate response. Just leave it there and move on gracefully. Because when a woman speaks from real feeling instead of cold proof, when she reflects his own energy warmly instead of trying to prove herself constantly, she becomes unforgettable. Not because she said too many words, but because she knew exactly which ones would make him feel like he was the only man who could stir her heart without even trying hard. And now we move into the important area of timing, because you might have the perfect line spoken with the perfect tone, but if it comes at the wrong moment, it loses most of its meaning. So stay with me closely here. This section will go deeper than before. Timing truly is everything in these moments. Attraction follows its own natural rhythm, and you need to understand what time it is in that rhythm. The right phrase spoken at the wrong moment turns into something that does not land well. Let that idea sink in fully, because timing remains the hidden secret almost no one discusses openly. You could have the most magnetic energy, the warmest words, and the smoothest voice possible. But if you say it too soon, it feels desperate instead of natural. And if you wait too long, the special moment slips away completely and the opportunity closes. That is why real attraction is not only about choosing good language. It is also about understanding the right pace to move together. Comment chase if you've ever felt like you were doing everything right, but he still pulled away. Imagine you are inside a completely dark room that stays very quiet. Then you strike one small match to create a single flame. If you light it too early, no one sees its light clearly because their eyes have not adjusted to the darkness yet. The flame gets wasted in that moment. But if you wait just long enough for eyes to adjust, that one little flame can brighten up the entire space beautifully. That is exactly what good timing does for your words and presence. And here is another important truth most women do not hear often enough. Many speak out of their own discomfort or nervousness. They fill quiet spaces quickly. They send messages too fast without thinking. They share deep thoughts during low energy times when he feels distracted or when she feels anxious and tries to pull him closer again. But the real skill comes from knowing not only what to say, but exactly when the moment feels right to share it. You never say something like "you and me" that could be dangerous while sitting across from each other in total silence with no good vibe between you. You do not say "you have a way of distracting me" right after a dry and boring text conversation. You wait patiently for the natural flow of things. When energy feels good between you, when you both laugh together, when your eyes meet nicely, when you are sharing a comfortable space, that is your perfect moment to light the match gently. Jung explained that mystery wakes up the unconscious mind in powerful ways. Why does it work so well? Because mystery pulls us forward, makes us wonder, and raises interesting questions inside. And nothing feels more mysterious than a woman who waits patiently, who senses the mood around her, who understands the moment deeply and drops her words like gentle heat instead of throwing them out from habit alone. Let me paint a clear picture for you now. You are in the middle of a nice conversation. The mood feels light and enjoyable. He is laughing warmly. You lean a little closer with interest. He tells an engaging story, and there comes that small pause, that little spark where he really sees you. That is the exact moment. That is when you lean in softly and say, "You and me, that could be dangerous." And then you say nothing more at all. No extra explanations, no nervous laughter, just peaceful silence and stillness. Let those words hang gently in the air between you. That kind of silence is not awkward at all. It becomes full of desire and warmth. And desire breathes with natural intention when given space. But if you throw these powerful lines out when you feel nervous, when he seems distant, or when you are overthinking too much, they simply will not land with the same strength. Because it is not only the line that holds magic, it is the moment itself that creates the real power. Share this with your best friend if you want her to learn these 3 phrases too. It is not about trying to create seduction in every single second. It is about catching that one special second already filled with good chemistry and speaking like it is the most natural thing in the world to say right then. So do not rush through things. Do not try too hard to force connections. Treat the whole relationship like a graceful dance. Learn when to hold back gently and when to step forward with confidence. Because emotional skill is not just about the words you choose. It is also about knowing when he feels ready to truly experience them deeply. And now let us go even deeper together, because it is not only about what he hears with his ears. It is about what lives quietly behind your words. This is where your real inner power stays hidden and ready. And if you understand this part correctly, your voice will not simply speak, it will create a lasting memory that stays with him. What you say out loud is like noise that passes quickly. What you truly mean underneath that is like beautiful music that lingers longer. Most women speak mainly in noise that fades away fast. The rare ones speak with real energy that touches deeper places. Here is a hard but helpful truth. Men do not remember very long conversations in full detail. They remember quick emotional flashes instead. That feeling of something important left gently unsaid. That pause that made their heart beat a little faster for a moment. That one line that was never about plain facts. It was always about a warm feeling underneath. Because in building attraction, what stays under the surface matters more than anything else. Many women talk too much overall. They explain things repeatedly, adjust their words, and then ask nervously if it made sense to him. But a woman with strong emotional pull does not explain her mood in detail. She simply lives inside it naturally. She knows real attraction is not mainly about what gets said out loud. It is about what gets felt quietly under the surface between two people. And that understanding leads us to another powerful line. A line that is not only emotional, but also creates a whole clear image in his mind. Say this slowly with care. If I kissed you right now, I know you would not be able to stop me. Now pause gently after those words. That line is not a question at all. It is not even a direct request. It is a bold but soft promise and a gentle challenge at the same time. This line works nicely because it changes the usual way things flow between people. Type yes if you want me to reveal the exact timing for saying, you and me, that could be dangerous. You are not asking him to kiss you first. You are not begging for any kind of attention. You are simply stating what would happen if you chose to make that move yourself. And you say it with quiet confidence that makes the idea feel real and exciting. But listen carefully. This only works well if you speak without any doubt showing. If your voice stays steady, if your eyes hold contact nicely, if you do not search for an instant reaction right away. This works when it comes from deep self-belief and calm strength. Your voice stays soft but steady, a bit playful yet calm overall. Your eyes remain steady without looking harsh or intense. Hold eye contact just long enough to let him feel the warmth. Say it like the words slipped out naturally, but you truly meant every single one of them. Carl Jung explained that true power lives inside mystery. The unconscious mind does not react mainly to logic. It reacts to symbols, to strong images, and to what feels possible and exciting. And this line creates exactly that kind of feeling inside him. It is not really about getting a kiss in that moment. It is about planting the thought warmly and letting that idea live freely in his head afterward. You do not follow up with more words immediately. You do not giggle nervously or say you were just playing around. You say it clearly and then allow the silence to live between you naturally. That moment of peaceful stillness is where attraction builds quietly and strongly. That is where he sits comfortably between imagination and real desire growing inside. What he remembers is not any actual kiss. It is the way you said those words with confidence, the image you created, the energy you carried like it was simple truth and not a game. So forget the old idea that saying more words always makes you seem more interesting to him. That does not work that way. Say less, but say it with deeper meaning and feeling behind it. Do not try to impress him with lots of information or facts. Move him with honest emotion instead. And now we focus on your strongest natural asset of all. And it is not only your chosen lines. It is your overall energy and how you show up before speaking even one word. Because the woman who brings the right kind of energy does not just talk to be heard by others. She speaks in ways that leave a meaningful mark that lasts. You do not have to be loud to feel truly powerful in any space. The women who remain in men's hearts for a long time do not raise their voices higher. They raise the warm feeling in the entire room just by being there. And that makes a world of difference in how people respond. We live in a very noisy world, filled with endless opinions, social posts, text messages, and constant sounds everywhere. And in the middle of all that noise, the woman who does not compete with it, but gently silences the chaos just by staying present, becomes truly unforgettable. Because real strength does not perform for attention. It relaxes into the moment, owns the space without any extra effort, and speaks clearly without needing to yell. That is what I call genuine emotional presence that feels natural. Denzel said it best when he explained that still water shows a much clearer reflection than rushing water ever does. Remember that peaceful image clearly. Calm, still, and grounded in yourself. Comment distract if a man has ever made you feel that deep pull you couldn't explain. That is the exact kind of energy that reaches something deep inside a man. Not just surface attraction, but real recognition. That quiet sense that she feels different from others in a good way. And here is something most women never get told clearly enough. Your energy begins communicating long before your voice says anything at all. So how do you walk into any space? With fast, unsure steps and small, nervous talk? Or with slow, confident movements that feel natural? A quiet calm that turns heads even without any trying on your part. Because real feminine energy does not demand attention loudly. It draws people in naturally by being completely present and real in the moment. Jung called this emotional mastery at its best. Knowing how to guide your own emotions wisely instead of letting them spill everywhere without control. That means do not fidget nervously. Do not speak too fast just to fill silence. Do not explain every single detail right away. Stand or sit in a way that quietly says, I enjoy being who I am right now. Speak slowly with care. Lower your voice just a little, not to sound flat, but to sound sure and steady. Give every single word enough space to breathe naturally. Let comfortable silence live between your phrases, like it is not strange, but full of meaning and connection. Because when you practice this, your presence becomes its own complete vibe, not just based on how you look. Hit like if you're tired of being forgettable and ready to leave a lasting emotional mark. Men may not know exactly how to explain the feeling, but they sense it strongly. And that feeling stays with them long after. They have seen her clearly. The woman who walks in and does not rush to fill the air with talk. She listens attentively with her eyes and full attention. And when she finally speaks, everything in the room seems to shift in a nice way. Not because her words are perfect every time, but because her delivery feels calm, sharp, and placed with care. Not flashy or loud, just focused and real. And that is not any kind of performance. That is true confidence shining through. That is a woman who knows better than to copy what others do. She chooses to be her own original self instead. Because men are not pulled in mainly by noise and show. They are pulled in by quiet power that feels authentic. And nothing feels more powerful than a woman who speaks from a place of inner peace instead of panic or fear. So the next time you enter any room, do not make yourself smaller. Do not try to prove anything extra. Do not rush through the moment. Just breathe deeply first, take your time, and speak like your words were created to shape that exact moment beautifully. And now let us talk about the biggest mistake many women make after learning all this inner power and strength. Because if you miss this important part, everything else you try loses most of its good effect. A woman using strength that comes from insecurity does not look strong at all. She looks unsure and unsteady instead. Let that idea sit with you, because this is where everything can either shine brightly or fall apart completely. By now, you have learned how to use your presence, your timing, and your voice with care. You have seen the power in lines like, "You and me could be dangerous," or "If I kissed you right now." But here is the important warning to remember always. Comment mystery if you want more lines that create obsession without chasing. If you are using that power from a place of doubt or fear inside, it simply does not work well. Denzel said it best when he noted that a strong line spoken with a weak, unsure voice becomes weak overall. And he is completely right about that. Energy always tells the real truth underneath everything else we try to show. Like this video, comment which of the 3 forbidden phrases you'll try first, and subscribe to master how to make any man chase you like crazy.